Hello there, you're the first person in. Who are you? And you're very welcome. And a thumbs up already. Brilliant, thank you. 3 people, how you doing? Let me know who you are as you come in. Richard, hello, how are you, sir? I hope you're doing well. It's nice to see you in. Philip, hello, how are you? Warger 13. Mark. My gosh, you are coming in rightly. Hello, everybody. How are you? Saxon 1976. I'm doing good. I hope you're all doing well. Brandon, how you doing? Desert Fox, Richard. Well, glad to see you. It's a pleasure to be here, Richard. I actually enjoyed last week. I'd sort of gone off doing lives because I could never think of what to say. That sounds crazy coming from Paddy, I know. But no, I enjoyed last week and I just fancy doing it again. And I've a good reason to do it again. So that made it even more special. I've changed the prizes for my 10,000 sub giveaway. You can now see there's 5 instead of 3, and I've sort of updated them, but I'll talk through it when I get a few more people in. What have you been carrying today? Let me know what you're carrying. What I'm carrying is this beautiful GEC I just got yesterday. This is the lockback, number 99 Wall Street. It is stunning in elk. Absolutely beautiful. I love it. Really enjoying the lockback as well. So that's what I've been carrying. Let me know what you've been carrying. Evening. TL Freelance. Spyderco Resilience. Good now. Pete Jersey Knife Guy. How you doing, me old fella? How are you? Manly Wasp. Swiss Army Knife and Classic SD. Do you know, I used to love my Manly Wasp. I might even get another one. I haven't had it for quite a while now, but it was a smashing work knife. Class, how you doing? A $110. Great carry. Brandon, I have a question, Paddy. I kind of want to try to collect the more traditional knives. Are the Boker ones that come from Germany worth those high price tags? Now, that is an absolutely great question. The Silky Gumboy is beautiful, by the way. I was a bushcrafter before I was a knife collector. Are they worth the price? They're worth the price if you're a collector and you want to collect knives from around the world. I have 2 at the moment, and I have 2 of the. Oh, my other one's up at my wee table. I have 2 of the Barlows, and the fit and finish on them is really good. They come with decent steel. I tend to go. This is 01 tool steel. And what's my other one? I can't remember what the other one is, but I pick the steel that I want on them. They do quite a few different Barlows, but they do a basic Barlow, which is just black grenadine, I think. Rough Rider Stockman. We'll talk about Rough Rider in a wee minute. Yeah, the basic one over here in the UK is about 60 quid, and it's got 440C and black grenadine. I would recommend you go for that Barlow first. Heine Hain sells them, or Moonraker sells them. They're about 60 quid. They're a great way to get into Boker, and it'll let you see if it's worth it for you to go for the different handle materials, the different blade steels. So I would recommend the Boker, the basic Boker Barlow. It's nickel silver scales, black grenadine wood handles, and it's got obviously the little shield in them. But that's what I would suggest. That would be my recommendation, to get started with Boker, and then you can decide how far you want to go. Because handmade knives, traditional knives, German ones are pretty good most of the time, but sometimes you can get a wee bit of gappage, and it's up to you what you'll accept. The 3 Bokers that I've had, the 3 Barlows, have all been really good fit and finish. So that's my opinion. I hope that's settled it, because it's very hard to advise somebody what to buy. I always sort of say, start at the budget ones and see if you like them, if they're worth spending that extra 30, 40 pound for a better steel or a different steel that you might want. Now, anybody else carry anything that I haven't seen? Thank you very much for the thumbs up already. I really appreciate that. Now, the reason I called it today was I was having terrible trouble letting go of my Taylor's Eyewitness Barlow. In fact, it was doing my head in, which was going to be the first prize. So I've been a bit naughty, but I hope that being a bit naughty has played into the advantage for you as my subscribers. I think it has, and I think you'll understand why. I have two of them Barlows, and to replace them, it's like replacing hen's teeth. They just don't come along very often. What I have done, Paddy, you have to look out for my video on the 86 Barlow coming. Yeah, I've got an 8060 Oil Creek, and it's a fantastic knife, Peter, and I know you'll love it. The fit and finish of mine was brilliant. Absolutely super, and I do like that one. It's the one with a cow on it. And yes, as I was saying, what I've actually done is I've changed up the prizes for my 10,000 sub giveaway. We've gone from 3 to 5, and what I have done, I have 2 slip joints, I have 2 locking knives, and I have 1 fixed blade. And I think that spreads so whoever wins picks whatever they want. Now, let me show you what I picked. I picked one of the higher end. It's a Taylor's Eyewitness, the same as the same brand as I was going to give away. I've just changed the knife a bit. I have now decided to give away. This is the Premier Collection. These are made by Lee White. You'll hear us all talking about it. You'll get his signature on his little, telling you about the craftsman. It comes in this box, and this is the knife I'm giving away. This is the Taylor's Eyewitness in ram's horn, and this is this. You've heard Slick Slicers and Warthog talking about translucence. It is ram horn that's polished, and it's absolutely brilliant. Ritter MK Mini RSK, lovely branded. So this is just beautiful. It's hand filed. It was made by Lee White, and the reason I've chosen it, because it's more of a British blade. It's a lamb's foot, which you don't see too much of around the rest of the world, but the lamb's foot is a very popular. You can see this is Taylor's Eyewitness. It is a stunning knife with a file work that goes right up onto the blade itself. It is gorgeous. So it's not a downgrade. It's just a different knife from that. Not a very strong pull, but this is a gentleman's carry. This is not something you're going to do hard work with, if you ever do. This one is basically unused other than just a bit of paper cutting and things like that. So it's in beautiful condition. There's no faults, no flaws, no gaps. You can see the pins through the rams from they're that well polished, and it really doesn't come across how deep them scales are. I think it is a stunner, and I hope you'll enjoy that one. So that's the first one that will be, again, this is, the winner can pick whatever he wants. That's the first one, which is going to be, and these will not change now. This is set in stone. The next one I'm going to do is give away a Shatton Morgan. So I have upgraded the prizes a little bit. This is a Shatton Morgan, and it's the number 99 Whiskey Catalina bone. Beautiful bone on it. This is a Warncliffe, and this is the Executive Jack. It is a lovely knife. I'll have it shined with an inch of its life. Beautiful fit and finish. Just a gorgeous knife. Beautiful big swedge up here. This was made by Queen, but it's a Shatton Morgan. So that is the second prize. I hope you like that. It's just beautiful, I have to say. Really nice. The next one is going to be, and these will either be in a box, these next two will either be in a box or a pouch, depending if I've got the boxes. This is the CRKT home front. This is the one you take apart with a little wheel at the back, and you flick this switch and the knife falls into 3 pieces. This is brand new. It is only done testing. That is all it's done. It's absolutely brand new. It is a stunning blade, really comfortable grip. I just think it's a cracker. I mean, it doesn't flick open, like it does flick open, but you need to give it a bit of a rest. It'll probably bed in a bit better because these are the plastic washers inside it, so they'll smooth out over time. It just hasn't been used enough. I haven't been carrying it or using it. So that is another prize. The next prize is a knife that I got a few years ago, and that I kept in my collection because it's the only one I've got with that blade shape on it. But look at that blade shape. This is HX Outdoors. It's a Chinese company. They do make a really nice product. This is beautifully ground. It's in VG10. It has a little thumb stud as well, which you can take off if you don't want it there. It has the lanyard of buck. This is true carbon fiber all the way through. Titanium back and milled with a beautiful pocket clip that works really well. I absolutely love this. Again, I've just taken these out of the drawer, so they'll be cleaned to within an inch of the life. Perfect centering. An absolute cracker of a little knife. Beautiful small. It's the blade is under 3 inches. The blade is just about 2 3/4 inches. So really nice knife. I've enjoyed this. This is gorgeous. Whoever gets it will be surprised that they haven't heard of HX Outdoors. They don't make as many now, I don't think. And the last and the final of the 5 prizes is this knife. This is a handmade custom knife. It comes with this beautiful sheath with red stitching on it. It is made, look at the welts on that. It is made beautifully with a flap over list, beautiful leather on it. And here is the knife. There you go. This is just a little small utility knife that you can do round it. It doesn't matter where, out the backyard, anywhere. It's good stockness on it. It's going to do plenty of work. Beautiful little knife. Full handle. And that's what I like about it. Because although it is small, you still get that full grip on it. It's all handmade. Red liners in the back of it. Absolutely beautiful. Other than cutting tests, this is unused. I just cut it just to see whether it worked all right. I have its brother up behind me here. So there you go. That is going to be the 5 prizes. Do you like them, or are you not keen on them? Is there any great disappointment? I just think that's a nice selection of prizes with 2 modern folders, UK, a couple of locking knives, and another UK-made, custom-made sheath knife. I think that's a nice set of prizes, and it'll be open anywhere in the world. So it doesn't matter where you are, it will come to you. Everybody seems happy enough so far. Good. I'm really glad. But honestly, you see, trying to pick prizes for this, it's been a nightmare. Thank you very much, Desert Fox. I really appreciate it. There was a lot of thought went into them, to be honest with you. I was going to give him a Taylor's Eyewitness Barlow. I just couldn't. It was killing me. And I thought, what's the point? Give away 2 knives. I mean, that's more money's worth there than what the other one is. It's just, I love that Barlow so much. I don't know what made me say it. But I think you'll find that's quite a nice wee selection. Good. Anybody got anything they're waiting to come in this week? I'll put these up on the out of the way here, and I've got a few knives. The knives that I've got this month that I've been really, really pleased to get for my collection. I'll set these up here. If anybody, I'll maybe do that again before the live stream goes off. I'll do a live stream for about an hour. That's my pleasure. It really is. I'm one of these people. You see my subs. I just am amazed at how loyal my subs have been through my ups and downs all the way through this YouTube journey. It's been amazing. So it's used, and I just want to make sure that everybody's happy with what they're going to get for 10,000 subs. I genuinely can remember how long it took me to get to 100 subs, how long it took me to get to 500 to 1,000. It was, and the joy, every sort of milestone that I got to, the joy was immense, and more immense made by you because you joined in my excitement. This is one I got earlier on in the month, and this is the little Rough Rider in the carbon steel. Honestly, I can't find one fault with this. This is a stunning knife, the rope knife, or whatever you want to call it. It's a big ram's foot blade, which is narrower here and thicker at the top. It's just a cracker. And I really, really do recommend you getting a few of these series that I've seen on YouTube as well. Everybody seems very happy with them. But I mean, even the centering is a little bit off, but it's not rubbing. And like for what you're paying for these knives. And the micarta is the best micarta I think Rough Rider have done yet. It's bitty. Bitty, is bitty a word? It feels rough, but not rough enough to cut or anything. But when you hold it in your hand, I would say even soaking wet, this knife would be comfortable in the hand and wouldn't slip out of your hand at all. A proper work knife. Put that up there. Another knife that this is blowing me away. This is the Case Tony Bowes. This is the vintage Tony Bowes. I think this came from 2003 when he done one a year. This was 2003, much near the startup. He started about 1999. I think he started making the vintage Tony Bowes for Case. This is just an absolute belter of a knife. An absolute belter. And I've actually ordered another one. Well, I haven't ordered it. I have to pay for it at the end of the month. There's a boy over in the UK selling one, and I have the Rough Rider Red Saw Cut Bone Lock Blade Trapper. It's on its way. Oh, that's nice. That sounds nice. You see, by the way, if you're a subscriber and you don't have a channel, if you go on the Instagram and go to private message, send me a picture of the new knives you get, because I love to share in your joy. I genuinely love it. The Damn Designs Banshee Vader Edition. Oh, I'll have to look that one up. There hasn't been a whole lot of the Damn Designs that have really sort of struck me, but then again, I'm going away from locking knives nearly completely. This knife is just beautiful, and two blades that are so work-worthy. Look at the size of that pen blade. And the fit and finish on this is just amazing. Look at that back. There's not a gap anywhere. Beautifully done. I love the way at the bottom here they come over with a smaller blade so that it wouldn't be just a big gap to the end. And it just shows Case can do it. The centering is spot on both blades. Absolutely beautiful. Really changed my outlook. And I think you just have to be choosy with Case, and that's it. You have to get them in hand. You have to get them in hand and have a look at them, or trust the person you're buying from. Now, here's another one. This is the Viator. This is a Three Rivers knives manufacturing, which is a knife. They're just so hard to get. Heine used to do these models, the slip joint models, but the ones over in the States, you just can't get them. And if you can, you're paying stupid prices for them. Cheerio, Boom Shaka. I love that. Boom Shaka. Cheerio, thanks for popping in anyway. It's great to see you. This is the Viator, the Wright Brothers Barlow to ship. Let me tell you, you will love that, Scott. Right, do you mean Arthur Wright and Sons? Arthur Wright and Sons, I take it that's what you mean. This Viator is a slip joint. It is so slicey, and whatever they use to coat their blades, it's like rubbing along the top of a really nearly glass-like. It just, there's no imperfections, no ripples, you don't feel anything at all. It is just, it glides across, and as a slicer, look how thin the blade is in that. So I've really enjoyed it. Unfortunately, Instagram doesn't like me. Well, my email is I'll put my email down below this video. You can email me and just send me a picture. I really genuinely would love that. I'm still at Arthur Lamb's Foot in Stag. Again, absolutely beautiful. It's so hard to get them at the minute. They're snowed under, and they've got backlog from COVID. I'm actually, I'm just going to slightly let this out there. The son, Ashley Harrison in Arthur Wright's, is making me a prototype of a knife. It's a Barlow. It's going to be in bog oak. It's their typical Barlow shape, but a bigger bolster. And it's going to have a couple of just PPP on the tang, and on the bolsters, it's going to have little shamrocks. Now, that's what we've planned so far. Whether it comes out like that or not, it could take 6 months, it could take a year. But he's going to do it, and then I'm going to sell them. We're going to take orders for them. Everything goes through him. Arthur, right about making. Oh, sorry, I missed that. Order within 6 to 8 lead. Making to order within 6 to 8 lead. Yeah, that's about what they are at the minute. It definitely is 6 to 8 the end, hoping by October. Yeah, they really are trying to get them out. They're working so hard. So actually, he's making me that Barlow sometime. Hopefully, in the first or second quarter of next year, we'll get the prototype, and then I'm going to show use it, and then we'll maybe order that as a channel knife. I think it'll be beautiful. It's going to be in 440C. Again, a wee bit different. 440C, Bogo candle, nickel silver bolster, larger bolster than what they normally do. So we'll just wait and see. Hopefully, Ashley will get that done for us by next year, and we'll get that on the market. And I'm really looking forward to it. And it's going to be at a reasonable price. It's not going to be at some high-end price. Ashley is a really genuine, but he'll keep it to the lowest price he can. And hopefully we'll take orders for that new year. What do you think of that? Would you like a channel knife? I just am over the moon. I can't wait. I'll be buying stacks of them. I've been in touch with the Lansford should ship in the next 2 weeks. Well, if they say that, they're usually pretty good. They're usually pretty good. I mean, it is still a small company compared to the big American ones, so sometimes you have to do. Here's another one I got this month, the GEC number 83, the little lockback. This was my first lockback in the GEC. I am in love with it. It's a toady little knife. There's a review on it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 inches in total with a cutting edge of 2.5 inches. But oh my goodness, what a beautiful little knife in hand. Stunning little clip point on it. Beautiful swedges, long pull, and that 3-ring bolster. It is just beautiful. Really enjoying that this month. I've had a really expensive month buying knives. Some of these are not cheap. Channel knife sounds good. Channel knife sounds good. Yeah, I really I'm looking forward to it. It's something I never thought I would do, but there actually does seem to be enough people interested that'll, get me going for it. Scott, I don't know what happened there. I missed a conversation. I'm not very good at looking at it. When I'm looking through the camera at these, I miss everything that goes past. I told you I'm a techno nut. I just do not know what I'm doing. Paddy, what does crack mean? It just means a bit of a laugh, a bit of a chat. Just passing the time of day as men do and talking a lot of old twaddle. I'm very good at talking a lot of old twaddle. I'm not very good on specifics, but if you want a lot of old twaddle, I can give you plenty of that. So Craic is and it's spelled C-R-A-I-C. C-R-A-I-C. And it is. It's just men shooting the breeze, basically. Shooting the breeze. Anybody else got anything else coming in? Anybody got any questions? Please, if you've got questions on anything at all, just ask away. I'm a bit of an open book. I'll tell you anything you want to know. Has Pete gone back to bed? I haven't seen him there. Normally Pete will talk a hind leg off you. Are you in bed, Peter? I'll bet he's lying his pit watching this. Thank you for everybody giving me thumbs up. Really appreciate that. I know this is a weird time of the day for a lot of people. What's your pin? What's your pin number? Hello, Tobias. How are you doing? It's nice to see you. Sure, just pop in and out when you can. Lovely to see you. Tobias, I was just showing the prizes for my 10,000 giveaway. If you want, I can do a wee quick run over it. They have changed. I have reneged on something, but I think I've made it up for it in another area. In and out. You give me yours first, and I promise I'll send mine directly. Now, So have we got anybody else? I think I'm just going to wait another 15 minutes or so and then I'll show it. It's just a wee quick. I'm just trying to get into these again and see what it's like. I'm surprised the Remington Baby Prospector G knife hasn't sold out yet. Do you want to know? Here's my opinion on it. I mean, I like it. I think it's a beautiful knife. There's no doubt it's a beautiful knife. But it isn't the true size. The Remington was I'm going to put these over here, sorry. The Remington bullet knife, when it first came out, was a much larger knife. GEC also make that model. I'll just show it to you now if you haven't seen it. This is the GEC bullet shield. This is their unexcelled version. This is what the bullet knife was like when it came out. This is let me just do this for you. This is a 4.5 inch handle and nearly 4-inch blade with a 3.5-inch cutting on both blades. You have that beautiful big drop point. So this is a much bigger knife than the Baby was. Let me just see. Oh, look at that spade blade. Is that, to me, somebody last night, funny enough, was saying that they don't like spade blades. Have you ever used a spade blade for eating a steak, for eating a dinner? See, for scraping stuff onto a fork. I think the spade blade is probably the best steak knife out there. I genuinely do. I love a spade blade. This one I haven't used to eat with yet. Whether I ever do or not, I don't know. But I love the thickness of that. That is just one. And you see cutting cardboard. Absolutely super. Looking to buy a few brother fixed blades from AliExpress, but worried about customs. Well, I can't say, because brothers send their knives to me. I don't have any problem. I've never had custom charges from brother when they send them to me. I will be doing more. I'm giving one away to another channel, probably to 2 other channels, and that'll leave me another 2 to do giveaways with. So maybe worth hanging on and see if you get one in the giveaway. I'll probably do another one in a couple of weeks' time for the brother fixed blade. But yeah, they're a really good knife for that price. I haven't got charged anything. Looks like my S&M worm groove trapper. Oh, I haven't seen that. Is it as big as this? This was the original size of the Remington knife. What are your thoughts on modern locking Barlows? Do you call this a modern locking Barlow? Because this is a GEC. It's absolutely fine. The brother locking Barlow's absolutely fine. It's whatever suits you. A lot of the times I buy just slip joints because I live in the UK. But when I see something as beautiful as that, I can't resist. Got to go, Paddy. Cheerio, Desert Fox. Thank you very much indeed. You would be able to get in trouble using a splay blade for its original. Yeah, you might just do that. You might just do it. But if you have never tried one as a steak knife, even on the big case trapper, it's not as deep as this one, obviously, because this is just... What's the thickness of this? The thickness of this is about 1.25 inches across at the major part of it there. I got the G. There's also a marbles version. Yeah, there is. I mean, but I don't know whether it's because this was the original size and the Baby one, by the name. There's also here next week showing a Camillus 10. Yeah, I don't know whether it's because it's smaller than the original and it's maybe not as authentic. I'm guessing now. I haven't a clue. I actually like the bullet shield that they have on the Smoky Mountain Knife Works one more. Than it's more detailed than the GEC version. So, but again, this is a gorgeous big knife. Best work knife in slip blade in a slip joint that I've ever had. The spray on the case trapper is butter spreading. Yeah, it's good for any sort of kitchen work. And if you're going camping or something, I'm telling you, I love the spray for cutting a steak. Cutting a steak. What do you recommend for someone's first traditional pocket knife? I always say, get over and buy a Rough Rider. Get it in the pattern that you want, or the pattern you think you like, because even when you get it, if you don't like it, you can keep it, but you haven't spent a whole lot of money and you can try another pattern. And that's what I did with Rough Rider. I have a drawer full. I'll just bring it out just to prove to you. I have a drawer full of Rough Riders. They're all Rough Riders. Well, most of them are all Rough Riders. And I have more up at home. They're a great way to get into collecting slip joints. And I would recommend them to anybody, no matter what your finances, because if you've never had a slip joint, it's a great way to try different ones. Personally, in slip joints, I like single blades, but I also have a clatter of double blades. But for a long while, I didn't like the three-bladed ones. Now I love them. So people change all the time, so it's so difficult to give somebody a what is, what if. You can either go, there's another one, there's a Rough Rider, but this is their higher end model. This is the one-hand opener. And this is in blue denim, my Carter. I think this is one of the best knives Rough Rider has ever made, in my opinion. I love where it comes from. There's a story from the blade for the boys coming back from the war. He only had one hand, so they'd open them up on their jeans, just dipping it in and open it up. But it's just a story, but this knife is executed absolutely beautiful. Now, this is expensive. Over here in the UK, it's about £60. I think they're cheaper over in the US. In fact, I'm sure they're cheaper. But this was the cheapest, the first and the cheapest one. And I think it's the best one they brought out. I wish they would bring more out and maybe take another half an inch off the knives and bring them a little bit smaller and maybe a little bit narrower. There really is no need for that thick of a blade steel. Especially something with three different blades. What's your favourite traditional handle material? Gosh, is that these knives? Hello there, how are you? Traditional handle material, probably bone. I do like bone more than most. Jigged bone is just, it floats my boat. This is one of my favourite. This is a Dixie Stockman. And again, this was three blades. I never really liked Stockmans. But look at that blade and that jigging on it. It is stunning. Fit and finish as usual. But I just love all sorts of jigging on blades. And that's the nice thing about collecting slip joints. They're not as dear as collecting your M390 top of the range titanium, which cost you 300 and up. These, even my most expensive ones, which is probably as high as I'd go for a slip joint, are 300. But the GECs are around 150 to 200 at the moment. But they're just beautiful knives. And the amount of different bone you can get. I'm just lifting up some that I've got here. But I just think that is beautiful. This is a Queen made one, and I really do. It's like a chevron pattern, but not. Good morning, Dwayne. How you doing? Bone over stag? Yeah, probably. I do. I've only got 2 stags in my GEC. Now I have other stags. I have the normal GEC stag, which is Sambar stag, I believe, and then I've got the elk. Now, unless there's another stag, if I see a red stag, I might get that just to make the set. But I wouldn't go in search of stag. I had about 3 or 4 and then passed them on, to be honest with you. Passed them on for something else. But no, I mean, I just think there's so many different patterns of jigging and the bone colours. This is an Appalachia bone. Hi, Patty. Love the channel. Kane, thank you very much indeed. Really appreciate it. And if I'd missed you, I'm not... Put your question back up again because I can't keep up with them. I get carried away with what I'm doing. Evro, hello, my friend. I was watching your video the other night there. I don't know whether I comment. I'm terrible. I watch videos late at night, and I mean between about 12 and 3 o'clock in the morning. And half the times I forget to, if I'm not going to make a comment, I forget to just go on and say, oh, I enjoyed that, which is terrible because I'm a reviewer and I should know that. People appreciate that, but sometimes I'm a bit lax. But yes, I was watching your one the other night. It was a great video. In my opinion, G is not as nice as Case. I agree with you entirely. My best stag knife is a little case. Let me see if I can get it here. Oh, and it's worth getting out because it's probably the best bit of stag I have seen ever. Let me just get it here. Sorry, folks. This, to me, is one of the best bits of stag, and this is just on a wee swayback jack that doesn't cost a whole lot of money. Look at that. To me, that is just stunning. It really is stunning. For a knife that cost about £80, I just think that is stunning. Beautiful little knife too, just a little swayback. This is in their XX series. I think I got this from Moonraker or something like that. But just a beautiful knife. Really, really lovely. And it's just a great wee knife to throw in a fifth pocket. You know, to take with you, or if you call them church knives, you throw that in. That's certainly not going to offend somebody if you pull it out. Certainly not going to offend somebody. So yes, I agree with you, Tobias, like I do most things, because you're blooming too knowledgeable to argue with. Although I might try, you know, I might just try and argue a bit more. I like a wee argument over nothing. So yes, they're all in and about here. I'm just going to go quickly over. The main part of this was to say that I'd changed the prizes for the giveaway, my 10,000 sub giveaway. I'm guiltily sorry that I just wasn't able to come to terms with giving away with one of my Taylor's Eyewitness Barlows. I apologize. I thought I could do it, but I can't. So what I did do was I have upgraded the prizes by quite a bit in my eyes. And I'll just go over them again for those of you that weren't here. This is the prizes for my 10,000 sub giveaway. I am fighting for subs at the minute. Every time I get 5 or 6, YouTube takes 5 or 6 off me. I don't know whether anybody else is used to that. She's a contact with Sandbar Deer Park located in Florida. They're not material. I'm not sure if they still do. Very good. I was finding out some information on the elk too. I didn't realize it went through such a rough period of time. So, Tobias, I don't know whether you've seen this the first time round. This is they're not first prize, because I'm going to let people just pick in the order that they're done. This is a lamb's foot, Taylor's Eyewitness with a ram's horn, and it is a stunning example of ram's horn bone. Look how clear that is. You can see right through it. It has the most beautiful configuration in it. One of the nicest, I think. I just love it. I think it's beautiful. It's filed work. Absolutely. Made by Lee White. Comes with his signature on the sheet. It's an easy pull open. You know, it's about a 4. It's not that hard. But this is a lamb's foot. It's just an easy use knife. But I think it is absolutely beautiful. It'll be shined with an inch of its life before it gets to you. So that is going to be one of the prizes. I say made by Lee White. All the stuff there for it. The second prize is going to be Roland. It broke my heart, but I just couldn't do it. I just love it too much. And you'd think after you got so many knives, these sort of things wouldn't bother you. Oh, I know, it is a beautiful little lamb's foot. It's just gorgeous. The next one I'm going to give away is a Shatton Morgan. This is not brand new, but I'll clean it up. It'll be absolutely, it's not bad, but I'll clean it all up before you get it. It's the Keystone Shield. This is Whiskey Catalina bone. Absolute stunning, beautiful, rich mocha color on the worn part of it. It is a Wharncliffe. There it is. Shatton Morgan, a little bit faded there, but this is not a new knife as such, but it is in perfect condition with a nice edge on it. Beautiful knife. Centering's absolutely fine, doesn't touch. But a lovely knife, and I hope whoever gets that will enjoy that just as much as the lamb's foot, although I very much doubt it. That lamb's foot is gorgeous. The next one I'm giving away is this fixed blade. Is made by a knife maker here in Northern Ireland. He had sent me 2 for review. I kept one, and this is one. This is a full handle and a 3-inch blade. So, but it gives you a real great, see if you're just doing work about the backyard or gardening or anything at all, even, you know, you can pry with it. It's not a thin, let me just put that up there. It's not a very thin. You can pry with it. You can work with it. You can do whatever you like. I would say if you're an electrician, if you're a plumber, what a great knife to have in your belt. It comes with a leather sheath, which is beautiful. Red stitching all the way around it. Beautifully welted, folded over belt loop. So that is up for it as well. And the winner just picks, and then we just go down the line of the 5 people. The next one is the home front, brand new. I think I have the box for it. If not, I'll put it in a pouch. This is the one where you take it apart at the back. There's the wee wheel, and you undo a wee clip, and it falls into 3 pieces. Works perfectly. It hasn't been used enough for the washers to bed in properly yet, so you have to give it a wee bit of a flick to get the blade out. These are plastic washers, obviously, because you can just get it and throw it in a river. It's Aussie steel in this. Absolutely beautiful. I love this now. I love the looks of it. It's military looking. I know it's not, but I'm a big child. But it's a really lovely knife. Never been used other than just for testing. And the last but not least is a company that you don't hear of much anymore. It's HX Outdoors. They're still about, but you just don't hear of them. They're a Chinese company. But I got this, ages ago, and it's a beautiful knife. Again, very, very light use, more for testing. I'm not a Tanto lover, but I always want one in my collection. Now it's going. This is in VG10. It's true carbon fiber. You can see all the way through where the cutouts are. It's titanium on the back, titanium pocket clip, milled. Look at that, beautiful. It's nearly like concentric milling all the way round. It is stunning. In the hand, it is beautiful. 4 fingers, yep. But for me, I have a medium large hand. I can get 4 fingers on it, but it wouldn't matter. This is a sort of knife that you can use for anything, but a really, really nice knife. And not a cheap knife. This isn't the last and cheap one. It wasn't a cheap one. It was probably about the same price as the home front. So there you go. There's the 5 prizes. If you haven't seen them, I hope you like it. The smaller knife gets. The fixed blade is perfect for backpack. Yeah, I mean, it's just a really great little knife if you're going out for a walk on a Sunday afternoon. So there we go. That'll be the 5 prizes. It will not change. These are set in stone now for my 10,000 sub giveaway. So spread the word. All you got to do is be a sub to get in for it. And I know this is a bit biased, but I'm hoping some of my older subs get in on the wins here, because yous have been amazing, and you've got me through a lot of little difficulties in my life through this last 5 years, which, money or knives can't pay for. And that friendship a lot of people have given me is wonderful. And, friendship can sometimes just be a text. It doesn't have to be a hug or whatever. It can just be a text with the right word said in it. And I have had numerous of them, too numerous to mention. And prayers again, I'm going to say it. Pete was on last night asking, Warthog needs a bit of space at the minute. He needs a bit of time to himself and his family. And that's all I'm going to say. There's nothing secretive in that. Just give him a bit of time and he'll be back, and he'll let us know how he's getting on and what's happening with him. But just a bit of a rough time for him at the minute. So there we go. The lambsfute is beautiful. It's by no means a lesser knife. It's just the 2 Barlows. I couldn't even pick which one to give away. That's how bad it was. I'm like a child. What's the blue car out the window? That is my little Chugabum. That is a Hyundai i20X, the little SUV. It's a small little car, and I bought that. I got a lump sum on my Navy pension when I was 60, and I bought that outright just as my retirement car. That'll do. I think I've had it now, 3 years? Nearly 3 years, and there's 11,000 miles on it. So it'll last me my day. It's a lovely wee car. It's automatic. I got all the things because I had taxied. I was a taxi driver for a lot of years there, the last years of working. And I just needed an automatic. So I got my first automatic. And there's a nice wee boot in it, for carrying stuff up and down the caravan. So I have to say, really, really pleased with it. Really pleased with it. Not flashy, but it works. It's a 1960s. Oh, my dad had one in the 60s. No, we had one in the 70s, sorry. A little Volkswagen Beetle. And you know, that car in the end went round the clock twice. There was over 200,000 on it, which for them old cars was just, it was unbelievable. But I can remember just loving the sound of it with the engine in the back. Yes, very nice. Nostalgia, the Beetle, every time I see one now, although I don't like the modern ones, I see that Gerber dime. Yes, this sits by my desk. Again, one of my most used tools. Had it for years. I have the other one. I have the Leatherman squirt that I keep on my key rings. This one is just a wee dime. Absolute. Look, see these two wee things here. These do most of my work in any given day. Never mind your fancy knives. This is in ZDP 189. I've had it years, never had to sharpen it, just drop it. This does all that I need. I love these wee needle nose pliers because when I'm about the desk, I'm usually just doing simple tasks. I don't need anything big at all. So they sit there and have a wee brass 6-inch ruler. Again, they're probably the most used tools. This is a great wee set of tools. This is the Weeha ones that are, I love them, I have to say, really do. It's nice just having them there. Although I don't take knives apart much anymore. I just can't be bothered, to be honest. And most of the times you don't need to if you just give it a good squirt of oil. This is something I've started using. And you can actually see the end. I've actually used this. It has been well and truly used just for little jobs, poking and prying. I'd never sort of had one before until I got this one. And I love it. I don't drink and I don't have Coke bottles, so I never have a use for that. But it's there. It's there. And these are just other wee tools. I keep these here because the scissors on them. This is the partner. This is the Chinese. It's SRM version of the Boker. Well, they make it for Boker, but these scissors are smashing. So I keep them there up at the top there. There's a lovely big blade on it too. Really nice blade. 12C27. And these scissors are just fantastic. So that sits up there. What else have I got? I got a fidget tool. I got the spinner up there. I have a wee knife that a boy made for me. He lives in Scotland. He was getting into knife making and he made a wee knife for me. So I always keep that up there. A wee torch. Well, I have 3 wee torches lying about. I have more torches than your average beacon. So there we go. And these are just, this is my slip joint group that I'm a member of. That's their coin. And this is a £5. This is a £5 coin, legal tender, but you can only spend it in Jersey. So this is I bought this, and I bought it because it was for the remembering the fallen. So we will always remember them. And being an ex-serviceman, very close to my heart. And my little grandson, by the way, is doing as well. As he's had such a rough time. He really has. But he's still in training and he's going to do it. Loose tooth. Yeah. I use my Leatherman to file down broken teeth. My wife thinks it's abhorrent. But if I have a broken tooth, I don't go to the dentist. Do not like them. Won't go. When I get sharp edges, I get my Leatherman with a wee diamond file, put it in my mouth, and file the sharp points down until I can eat properly without biting tongues of myself. I'm not for those, but still, thank you for that. Brandon, thank you very much indeed. Really appreciate it. My son, he's just retired now. He done 22 and then he done about another 2 years just helping them out. He's just retired and my grandson's just gone in. He's still trying to get through basic training. First he had COVID and then last week he got an infection in his toe and he had to have the nail pulled out of his toe. So he's hobbling about there. He's been back classed again. But fair play to him. He's sticking with it and he must be cheesed off because when you get this is second back class, you have to go in with a new troop of boys who've been together. You're the new person. And for a 16-and-a-half-year-old, that's not easy. It's not easy, but I give him his fair dues. He has made me more proud now than ever. Even if he doesn't get through, he is stuck with what most people wouldn't. So there we go. I'm a proud granddad. You can't help but love them no matter what they do. But when when they're going through a tough time, and how he's handled it is really, really just a blessing to me. So there you go, folks. We're coming up to 50 minutes. Spread the word about the giveaway, 10,000 subs. I'm hoping it's not going to be that long. I think we're at about 9,860 or something. So we only have about 140 to go, and we'll get this giveaway done, open anywhere in the world. And there you go. Take care, everybody. Anybody got any questions before I go? Because I'm sure I've missed somebody's because I keep forgetting to look. If you've got a wee question there, throw it up and I'll answer it before I go. And I'll do another wee one next week, and we'll see. I'll try and do it a wee bit later to see if we can get a few more people in, because I'm sure it's an odd time in America and Canada and Australia. It's so hard to pick a time when people are up and about. Well, if you have no more question, folks. Oh, what pen are you using? This is a wee Swarf. It's Swarf pens in the UK. He makes them. He does them all himself. He does. This is aluminium. He does stainless steel, brass. And the one I'm writing with is just a wee, I can't think what you call them now. The wee space pen. So that's my two pens that I use mostly. I'll put these in my slips, my knife slips when I'm going out. I just pick whichever colour and throw them in. Yeah, I do like pens. I have quite a few pens and all over here and in the front room. Cheers, about 1041 in Indiana. Oh, that's not too bad. Fisher Space Pen, yeah. That's what that one is. And that's Swarf pens here in the UK. He just makes them. And does all the milling himself. They're nice little pens. There you go, folks. 1642. Well, that's more sensible. Look, all the best, folks. Thank you for stopping by. Really nice to speak to you all. Thank you for all those who give me a thumbs up. Really appreciate that. And I'll see you next week. Not sure what day, not sure what time, but I'll just turn up somewhere. Thank you very much. Take care, everybody. Bye now. Take care. Oh, stop. How do you stop? Oh, hit that one. Are you sure you want? Okay.